Man, felt good. You know, just catch up on some sleep, catch up on some TV, and just enjoy my home. Pretty much all I did.
You're about like a season into this new NBA schedule. It's wider. The teams have more off days. Like, can you feel at this point in the year how much more spread the season is?
Yeah, most definitely. They did a great job with that. You know, I think a lot of teams either had a lot of games early and where they had a now they got a nice break in between games later in the season, or you know, you kind of started off with a break and then you kind of hitting them at the end of the season. So I think they did a good job of just giving us more 2-3 day breaks and less travel. So it's been cool.
Do you sense guys are pressure, when you come back after a couple of days like that?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, guys.
Good practice or?
Yeah, guys look good. I mean, coach had a good practice plan for us, and we was able to go out there and get better.
Kevin, how weird is this year with all the teams so closely clumped? You have no idea if you're going to be playing in the playoffs and what it's going to look like.
I mean, it's been like that for the longest in the West. You know, I feel like every team has the opportunity to be a high seed. You know, from the first to the 10th seeded team. I mean, it feels like everybody has a chance to be in the playoffs and make some noise in the playoffs. So it's been like that in the West since I've been in the league. I remember my third year in the league, we won 50 games, but we were an A seed, you know, so we were fighting to get home court, and then we lost the game and we dropped down to the AC. So, I mean, I've been seeing that on the West side for a while, and it just makes for good basketball.
Did you know sponsor was showing your Black Panther for some kids?
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to see that movie?
Yeah, I have. That was cool JaVale did that. I think a lot of kids need to see that, and it was an incredible movie with a great message.
What's the value for kids to see black faces on the screen, all black faces, like the representation, and to have those actors be the hero role?
Yeah, I mean, black superheroes is, you know, you never see a lot of them, and the ones I seen growing up were you made a joke out of them. So, you know, like Blank Man and Meteor Man, those are our black superheroes. But to now to have, you know, Marvel, one of the biggest companies, biggest, you know, comics in the world, and you know, for it to be shown that way, it was pretty cool.
Speaking of movies, Kobe won an Oscar and got up there that, you know, I thought we're supposed to shut up and room. What do you think of his winning and his acceptance?
Man, he's a great storyteller. You know, he's been through so much as a basketball player, so it was only right for him to kind of tell those stories in his way. And I don't really have to say anything about his speech, because him just being up there in the first place says a lot. So we don't really got to say anything anymore when you got basketball players, you know, winning Oscars. We don't even got to say it. We don't even got to respond to the other stuff no more.
You mentioned last week that this was a trap game.
I said that?
I think you said that.
I don't believe I said that.
Trap game.
I don't remember that.
Do you think it is a trap game?
Nah. I don't even know what that means. Explain that.
A trap game? I don't know, a game that you should win, but maybe overlook.
Oh, no. No, you can't take any time you get on the court for granted. So I think we're all going to come out there and play extremely well. Well, extremely hard. I'm sorry. It's hard to play well, but we're going to try to play hard as we can. And if we lose, you got to get the Nets credit. You know, it's not because we didn't play up to our abilities. It's because they played better than us that night. So I don't believe in those trap games. And if you're not mentally into it, it's not the other team's fault. You know, it feels like you got to be up. You got to be up for every game. So I don't call those trap games. I just call those just not being locked in. And that's how you're supposed to be a championship team, if you're locked in every single night.
Kevin, you guys are shooting slightly fewer threes per game this year than last season. Is that just a function of how other teams are defending you this year?
Yeah, this is the fourth year of the Warriors' new system, and if you think teams just going to let us shoot threes at all game, then you know it's a lot more pride in this league, and the coaches are smarter. So I think the difference now is that we got all three levels covered. You know, we can score in the paint. You got guys that can knock down the mid-range. That's probably what I pride myself on more so than anything. I kind of say like Steph, you know, chases threes and runs around some threes. That's how I kind of look at the mid-range. So it kind of gives us a different feel sometimes. So I can go off and hit a few of the mid-range. Sean can go off and hit some of the mid-range. D West, Andre Iguodala, and then we'll hit you with the three-pointers with Steph, Clay, myself. Draymond can knock down threes. Nick Young. So if you got all three levels covered, it makes you unpredictable.
Are the teams just overplaying the three-point line when they defend you, or what's the adjustment they're making?
Just being more physical with us and trying to win us off our cuts. But I think Steph does such a great job of moving without the basketball, man. And it's like, you get tired after just one screen and two screens, and you run around on the baseline, and then boom, you get a three. That gives that kind of breaks the backs of the other team, and then get a stop and come down and get a backdoor layup. So we just try to continue to add on plays and kind of have a snowball effect with our offense. Hit singles, and by the time end of the third quarter, game's out of reach.
Just thinking about the detailing, they get it really one and done instead of providing infrastructure for high school, whether it be the G League or in the NBA. If that was system that's put in place with infrastructure for the G League, when you were coming up, how do you think you would?
I wouldn't have wanted to play in the G League.
It's based on the players' readiness. Like they could play in the NBA, but the G League was an option as well. You have the option.
I would have tried to go straight to the league. For me, I wanted to play on the biggest stage no matter what. Whether it's college, I wanted to play against the best players in college, and then I'd have made it to the league. So, it was either or for me. I wanted to just play where the best players were. And, I'm sure the G League is a good route, but for me, it probably wouldn't have been the ideal route for me. I probably would have tried to jump straight to the league.
What do you think of that? Maybe try to take with infrastructure for them?
I think it's good. I think it's good to guys that, just coming out of high school, not quite ready for the NBA yet, but want to make a little bit of cash playing basketball and want to be a professional early. I think that's the best part about it is you're traveling, you're every day you're thinking about the game of basketball, not school, not study hall, not getting on, dorm rooms, none of that stuff. You're thinking about basketball and how to get better, different sets, different schemes. And I think just being a professional a little earlier, take away the money, obviously that's cool, but just being a professional basketball player, having responsibility as a professional basketball player, I think that'd be good for some young players. And then you got your players that'll just be ready for the NBA right on top, and then you got guys that need to go to college. So I think, it just depends on what you want. It depends on how you feel. You got to be honest with yourself at the end of the day. If you're not as good as you think you are, when you get to the NBA, you should have probably went to the G League or college. So you got to be real with yourself and assess your real skills. And people around you got to be real with you and not just blow smoke up your ass and be fun.
Kevin, a lot of people want to talk about, like scouts want to talk about wingspans. Do you know your wingspan, and is there an advantage to having a long wingspan?
Yeah, it definitely is. I'm around 7'3", 7'4", and it's good. You make up a lot of ground. I'm not as fast laterally. I'm not as athletic. I'm not as quick as guys up and down, but I think I make up for it with my length. So it's a lot of guys. Draymond is the same way. Small, undersized power forward, but can guard plenty of guys because his length, his arms are long, and he can block shots. And you've seen him block guys at the rim, and also get his hands on some basketballs off the dribble. So Rondo is the same guy. There's a lot of guys that are short. Look at Donovan Mitchell. He's a freak when it comes to that. So it's definitely to your advantage if you got long arms.